Hello, I'm on time for the first time today, right as the timer ends. I'm very proud of that. It always takes a few seconds for me because I always forget something. But I guess we've delayed the stream enough today because, well, first I had a very busy day, but then I had all sorts of annoying things happen. Like, I was setting up the lights for the stream, and like there's the one ceiling light that I pointed towards me, and the light bulb fell out and it broke, and there were shards of glass everywhere. So I had to pick up the mess before being able to start the stream, which is amazing. Yes, starting with very cursed vibes today to what's probably gonna be a very cursed stream as well. So yeah, hello everybody, Squam, Marina. Hope you guys are doing well. I want to see the broken light bulb. Hold on. Okay, I hope it doesn't break more than this, but this is kind of light bulb. And all the edges broke, and it just sends this tiny shards of glass that are very hard to find. So that's annoying. There you go, some light bulb lore before starting. So carcinizing, we are carcinizing today. So, hey Sora. And TV. Yes, we are doing carcinization. The prompt is not directly carcinization, but we kind of landed on this idea. So I think it might be good. At this beginning of the first song. Oh, let's just skip. Let it be known that Krabs was my recommendation. Well, thank you, Squalin. Just wanted to pop in to say props by the pro transfers. Oh well, thank you. I mean, just doing the bare minimum. If I see a turf, I got a dunk. It was very fun. God, that was fun. Ready to become crab. Crab. Everyone's chanting crabbing chat. I love that. April, Bomb, welcome everybody. Also, thank you for the follows. Tommy, Bomb, April, Farrens, Scars, everybody. Thank you guys. We're starting off well today with a bunch of cursed vibes, a broken light bulb, and crabs, I guess. So, okay, I guess I'll do a little primer. We got just an empty document here, but I'm just gonna drop a few things that we had downloaded from yesterday. And as they do, I'm gonna explain what we're doing a little bit. So we are working on a 30-day challenge called E-Remember. You can see the prompt list there. Every day there's a little mystery prompt, and we're trying to get through at least most of them while streaming also most days. I can't promise I'll stream the whole month, but we'll give it a good try. So today's prompt is Rapid Evolution Echo Chamber. So we gotta talk about a chamber where rapid evolution happens, and for some reason we ended up going into the idea of carcinization, which I'll just look up here. Carcinization, there we go. Which is an actual biology thing where actually what we think of as crabs is really how many times it's happened. Well, a bunch of different species or like families of crabs or like crustaceans evolved into the same form independently, and that's what we know as crabs. So there's like kind of this evolutionary pressure towards the form of crab, which is called carcinization, and we're gonna apply that to humans. We're gonna assume that also applies to humans. So let me catch up with chat as I finish explaining this. Thank you for the feedback. Oh, April, that's you. Okay, the marshmallow is looking really cool. I can't wait to see what you do with it. Today's words: crab, 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 and crab. Exactly. Exactly. Ape. Ape is for suckers. We need to evolve into crabs. What's the Spanish word for crab? Cangrejo. Call them cangrejos. So yeah, it's a bit harder to say than crab, but it's a fun word. It's a very fun word. Ascend to crab, exactly. Reach your final, the peak of evolution. So we have a bunch of human skeletons, and this is kind of what we landed on yesterday. We were thinking at first of like just doing the whole crab human, and then we figured like, one, it's gonna be hard, two, it's gonna fall into the uncanny valley very easily and it's not gonna look very good, and three, it's kind of like what we did yesterday, right? So if you didn't see yesterday's edits, sorry, I might horrify you with this one because I did so for a lot of people. But it was for the prompt calcium hyperproficiency, and we did this. So we did instead of like literally showing a hand where teeth are growing, we showed an X-ray of it. So if you indirectly show the horror or the subject of what you wanna make creepy, people are gonna assume like what it looks like in real life, right? If you see an X-ray, one of the first thoughts is going to be like, oh, how would this look like in IRL? So if we do, instead of doing a full like human evolved into crab, if we just do the skeleton of this failed test subject, I think we can get a very fun result that'll leave a lot to people's imaginations, and that's where really the most fun part of horror comes in. Yeah, Sugar Iris. Oh, Sugar? Yeah, Sugar Iris. That's a hard one to pronounce. Hello. And hey, good day. Teeth? No, no teeth today. Well, we're showing this one's. Those are from yesterday. They did really well, of course. As I predicted, a lot of people just took it at face value because I gave it a like very medical description, and people don't like have a lot of critical thinking, so they just see something on the internet and they believe it. So a lot of people fell for it, and thankfully this time I was seeing it coming. So right under the tweet in the main reply, I made it really clear. I just directly wrote, "This is Photoshop. This disease is not real. Don't believe it." And a lot of people like replied, "Oh, thank God," which was very fun. Hey Theo, hope you're doing well. It's funny how you do 3 teeth related things and suddenly you're the teeth guy. How does this happen? I was not the teeth guy a week ago. How does this happen so suddenly? Everyone, and we mentioned yesterday, literally mentioned yesterday, I will know teeth are part of my brand the moment I get a DM or a mention under like something creepy with teeth. Because like if some of my followers were reminded of it and they tag me, that means it's my brand already. And literally today someone tagged me in a teeth post and I was like, oh no, this is my brand now. Oh boy. Dirty Fatty Rat, thank you for the follow. Great Green Huntsled and Necroman Kill, thank you everybody for the follows. Teach me a word in Spanish. Did we do teeth? Did we teach teeth? I think we like maybe on the last week's stream or yesterday's stream. Anyway, teeth is dientes. Dientes is a plural. Diente is tooth. So yes, if you wanted to say like maybe the made up disease we made up yesterday, since that would be a new one. The made-up disease name in English is calcium hyperproficiency. So in Spanish that would translate to hiperproficiencia de calcio, I think. I'm just making it up. It's not a real word. Like hyperproficiency is not like a regular word. So just have to make up a translation. Just reading the quote retweets and someone literally wrote, "You can see the Photoshop smudges." Oh, there's always going to be that guy. Like, there's always going to be a smartass that notices Photoshop because it's noticeable. Like, I'm not like really hiding it. I wanted to look convincing at first glance, but I'm not trying to make things perfect because that would be a waste of time. And there's always going to be the smartass that says, "Oh, you can clearly see it's Photoshop," because it's not about. It's not about the Photoshop actually being bad. It's about themselves making themselves look like they didn't get tricked into believing it, right? As opposed to other people. So you know, it's a very like there's always that guy in the comments. Wait a moment, are you Spanish? Yes, it is very late here, but I'm a big night owl and I always stream at night, so I basically live in an American time zone. King Oliver, welcome. Iberian Spanish sounds so weird. I've only heard American Spanish. Well, we're the OGs. I guess a lot of or most of the accents in Latin America are based on the southern Spanish accent, which has like, they say the S sound instead of the th sound for the C. So that got translated into most of the accents in Latin America. And we don't do that in the north of Spain. Me cuenta que eres española, soy de Bilbao, hola. Aquí estamos los nocturnos. We just come to exist in our time zone, exactly. The same with Canadian French and France French, exactly. Yeah, Canadian French is pretty much incomprehensible to me. It sounds like a different language. Which doesn't happen with... because I speak... for my mother's side, I'm French. So I speak French as well. Actually, if people tell me I have a more French than a Spanish accent when I speak English, so that's why a lot of people don't guess I'm Spanish, just from the voice. I'll make this vertical. Most of our base pictures are vertical. And first thing we need to figure out is like, what are we going to use as a base? Thinking this one might be the best choice. So April and everybody, this is the prompt for today is Rapid Evolution Echo Chamber. So I guess the lore we came up with is there's this crazy experiment in a sort of like echo chamber to put someone and have them quickly evolve into something different, and of course these humans turn into crab-like things. Like they're not going to turn into crabs in a literal sense, in the sense that they gain an exoskeleton or anything like that. They're not going to turn into into a completely different type of animal, but they're going to gain a crab-like shape, right? It's convergent evolution. They're converging into the evolution's perfect shape, which is the crab. And of course these subjects die from like the stress of this whole thing, and we get their skeletons, and they're in a museum showing like these remnants from old science. So we'll get instead of just directly getting the like, mutated human that has evolved rapidly, we'll get like the remnants of it, which I think is it's a fun way to show it, because you're showing it like from a distance. My accent is perfect. It's weird. It just sounds like generic European accent, I'd say. It's a mix of different ones. I'm afraid I must remind you that simping is forbidden. That is true. This is demented. I want to keep thinking about this. Yeah, I don't know how recent we'll make these experiments. Because for them to be in a museum, they need to be like fairly old. Old enough that people won't... Because if you do like one of these like horrifying experiments and it's pretty recent, people wouldn't want to see that in a museum. It's gotta be like an 18th century curiosity or something like that. Anyway, we got a few base pictures. These were... I think most of these, if not all, were found by Sora yesterday, who is our resident internet detective. Most of them I won't be really using directly, but we can use some like textures from them or little bones if we need them. Right, so just to have several sources so we don't get stuck on any specific part. Horrific war crimes on exhibition, exactly. That's what we want to avoid. We want to make it old enough to kind of give a layer of distance in between us and the horrific experiments. It's kind of like the homunculi we did the first day of the month. So this was the first prompt, was Homunculus Museum. And similar vibe to what we're doing today. Instead of showing like the possibly horrible experiments that were done to create these homunculi, we just see that like the preserved specimens hundreds of years or 100 years later in a jar of formaldehyde. So we're getting some distance between the subjects of the horror, this kind of like horrible beings, and us today. It's something I really like to do. It adds a lot of, I don't know, a fun layer of realism and complexity to what it's otherwise a pretty simple, like just a creature, right? It creates like how do I explain this? So I call these, and so it's a term I just made up, so feel free to just ignore my ramblings, but there's something I called found horror, which is as opposed to found footage horror, which would be like a more specific thing. I like to call found horror the things that you don't, in which you don't interact with the horror directly, but it's like you stumble upon something, a remnant of something horrible having happened, and you just have to piece it together, and a lot of found footage kind of fits into it as well, but I think it's broader. Like a lot of the things I do is found horror. You don't expose the audience directly to a monster, for example. You expose them to an old photo and an old diary of how this person's experience with the monster was, and it's happened 100 years ago, and there's no trace left of it except for this photo and this document. And the funny thing is, when you do that, instead of being horror that kind of draws you away, right? It's the horror that scares you and pulls you back. It's a horror that pulls you in. It draws you in. It gives you a certain sense of morbid curiosity in which you wanna delve deeper and solve it as a mystery. At the same time, being creeped out by it. That is a vibe I always wanna, not always, but I always try to, I sometimes try to achieve most of the time. So so yeah, that was me rambling. Thank you for listening to me. So let me catch up with a bit of chat. Hey Nathan, these museum curators are sick. It's all pigeon skeletons. Yeah, this guy's really awkward. I love him. I was thinking, should we have a channel on a server that's specifically for people who request images? And I try to find them. Well, that would be interesting. Yeah, that would be a fun little thing. Or maybe like a thread within like sacrificial art or something like that. So first thing we gotta figure out is who do we use, and with who I mean which skeleton do we use as a base. This one is very blurry. I don't really love it from an editing standpoint. It's gonna be hard. This one I just found it funny. We'll probably use it if we do use it at all. We'll probably use it just to get some different bones. Maybe we'll get some animal bones. But I just found the image funny of somebody posing these two skeletons into a fighting position like that. And this one is like probably the clearest of them all. It's not the highest quality, but it's pretty clear. It has a very simple background, and we don't have the full skeleton though, which is not as fun. So maybe we'll use it again just as textures and stuff. So I think my two best options are this guy and this guy. Just maybe removing the I think this is a gorilla. Yeah. And on the left is T-pose, but not that much, kind of casual. Which tall glass of calcium? We'll probably flip that arm. Which one? There's a lot of arms we've gone through. Angry Stoma and Misha who? Thank you guys for the follow. Yes, we're pinching. We're pinching tonight. So these two. Okay. Here is an idea. We show. Let me move this down a little bit. We'll crop it. So that nothing is really cropped out. Okay. So we remove the gorilla here, and we change it into our evolved human. So we have regular human with his little plaque here just saying man. And then we got our evolved human next to it. How about that? Because that would imply like the evolution of it. We've removed the gorilla. Oh, you have to say add quotes. Quote will just pull one. Well, to find out briefcases have bones. In man, the skeleton is adapted for striding on level ground, and the erect posture is fully developed. The legs are long and bear all the weight of the body, leaving the arms free. The something is globular. I guess the cranium or the head is globular because of the brain cavity, and something about a vertical backbone. So have little things explaining it in the back. So should we do that? I think we might need to expand the picture a little bit. So do something like this, and just so we have more space for our evolved crab human. And then we'll have to figure out something for the whole background. We'll see. And hopefully this doesn't balloon out of scale and become much harder. But what we're doing for now is just continuing the background a little bit. We'll have some stuff to remove, but it'll help. And we can make up our lore here. So at the end, we'll create some lore and we'll put it in this little museum, like a little explainer thing. How about that? So we kind of burn the quotes, the lore into the picture itself. And of course we remove the gorilla here, and maybe we do like a little glimpse of an illustration of this crab man. We could give that a try. Like maybe we just get an illustration of a crab or something and edit it, give it some human textures or something. We can figure something out, I bet. Okay, so let me merge these images. And then we'll just work on it a little chunks like these. Let's go with patch. Oh, this little bit here. Oh, the clone stamp was not merged. Is that me? Okay. So we can slowly like pick away at the skeleton here by our patch and our clone stamp. The background thankfully is very simple, so it should be fairly quick to do. Erase that gorilla. Oh no. We could even, but we could use the gorilla as a base of sorts for our evolved crab human. Because if you think about it, if we take this ribcage, we expand it a bit. We got our limbs. We'll keep it at 4 limbs, maybe. Maybe we'll add another pair. We'll see. We just need to add some pincers. Pull the head in a bunch. Maybe change the skull with a human skull, which we can then edit a bit to give like maybe some crab-like mouth parts, in which like the jaw, the lower, like the jawbone is separated in 2, and maybe it does like this, something like that. So like a large face just encased into a rib cage, 2 arms that go like this, and with little crab-like pincers in there, made with our bones. And this is what I'm gonna stress. This thing is not gonna have an exoskeleton. We're not making a crab. We're making a human approximating the shape of a crab, which I think is more horrifying, to be honest. Like, they're not gonna have an exoskeleton made of chitin. If anything, they would have very, very thick skin like elephants. If that makes sense. I can open the gorilla's ribcage. Yeah, we can do that. Can't wait to see it once it's done. Let's see how long that takes. So usually, like, in Photoshop or in photo editing, every picture is a different beast, and it's very, very hard to estimate like how hard it's gonna be or how long it's gonna take. Like you can take some guesses, like just knowing the kind of things you'll have to do and your base picture. But like here, I don't actually know how long it could take. I think I'll entirely remove all this and maybe the full text as well. We got the original picture in the bag if we need it for inspiration for the text itself. So we can make like evolution crabs or something. Like, there's gonna be a little cut off bits there of museum lore. Fleshy crab. Yeah, it would be the idea we gotta sell is that actually seeing this IRL in the real world would be horrifying. It would be like a monster, literally. But we're presenting in this like very cheery, bright, colorful museum display. So we gotta make this disconnect work and hopefully sell the idea that this is a human. So that's why I want to change its skull into the humans. Like, this used to be a human, and now it's just entirely fucked up. So that is what we have to sell, which is not an easy thing. It's easier said than done, but... So we're still picking away at it. We're taking little chunks. Also, I don't know how Angustoma, Misha, Aure, thank you guys. We at Maine. Zilla. It's not okay. Thank you guys for the follows. Welcome to Crab. Today we evolve to our ultimate forms. Wait, does cartilage actually stay preserved like bone? Cartilage kind of... It changes into a different structure, but it does get preserved. Yeah, it calcifies, yeah. And yeah, these are usually plastic, but we'll just pretend it's real bone. And I don't know if these ones are plastic, to be honest. They look very realistic. They're just preserved with, or preserved, I mean, like attached with little wires. Hey! Lunar Arcana, rating with Valdevia 16. Hello everybody. Welcome in. Welcome to the Crab Cult. Today we evolve into our final ultimate life forms, crabs. If you guys are excited for that, by getting into this stream, you have signed off your... You have given your permission to be turned into a crab, so I hope you guys are excited. Hello everybody. Here we actually do Photoshop and we usually do creepy things, so that's what we're attempting to do. It's something like this I did a few days ago, which is the Homunculus Museum. We did some homunculi. Or this one I did yesterday, called Calcium Hyperproficiency, which is a made-up disease where teeth grow out of your bones. So, yes. Today we are doing a crazy experiment where people were sent into a chamber that made them evolve really quickly, and they turn into a sort of crab-like being. And this is a play on the concept of carcinization, which is an actual biological phenomenon where a bunch of different crustaceans convergently, like independently, evolved into crabs, into what we know today as crabs. So it's a fun thing to think about that maybe the ultimate life form, like the end point of evolution, is crab. So yeah, Blue the Nerd, Ghost Siren, welcome everybody. Hope you guys are ready to embark in this fantastic evolutionary journey in which we all end up turning into crab-like beings. Where's Gabe when we need him? Yeah, can someone tag Gabe? Crab abdominal pain. What if you don't want to be a crab? I already told you. You have signed, by getting into this stream, you have given your permission to participate in this fun little experiment. I swear I'll be fine. Like, plenty of people have been turned into crabs, and they're fine. They're all fine. Like this guy, and then, well, the guy we're about to make. Parallel evolution is hugely fascinating. Yes, I love when things convergently evolve. Also, hey Karakan. Oh, you studied biology, didn't you, Karakan? So you can maybe help us in the right direction when we mess up in like, evolutionary biology. If you know anything about it. Yes, people in the crab echo chamber died horribly, but those were just the first experiments, so I'm sure you guys will be fine. And like, you know, you gotta break some eggs to make an omelette. That's what they say, right? So this is just our fun little omelets. Think about it like that. To be honest, I'll probably just remove the ape face, the gorilla face. You're gonna die too, but it won't be horribly. Maybe. Exactly. That's what I wanna see. Keeping hope. That's important. I've heard. So there's some wobbliness in the walls, but for now we're just removing the main stuff. So we'll fix it up. We'll smooth it out as we go. It was 10 years ago. Well, better start remembering. Gonna be important. There will be an exam at the end of the stream. After the whole crab experiments, don't worry. Man and we're removing the museum text from here because one of the things I want to do is fill it up and do our own little lore for this horrible museum exhibit that has mutated humans from failed experiments. Also, hey, I gotta remember to mention it sometimes. We got a sub goal going for the whole month. We are trying to get, hopefully by the end of the month, to 35 subs so we can unlock our fourth emote. I think it's our fourth one? Yeah. Which, I mean, I think the idea is materializing in my brain already. It's gotta be something teeth related. It's gotta be a tooth. Something with a tooth. That's gotta be the emote, right? We get to 35 within the month. Our crab's excused from the examination due to difficulty holding a pen. I'll think about it. We'll see. Depends on how nice I'm feeling. Yeah, it's gotta be something with a tooth. I Like I was mentioning before that, well, I said yesterday that I was afraid that teeth would become my brand and that people would know me as a teeth guy. I said it half jokingly, and I said, okay, it'll be my brand once people start tagging me on Twitter every time there's like some creepy teeth thing popping up on their timelines. And literally today, earlier today, someone tagged me on a tooth post on Twitter, and I was like, oh shit, this is my brand now. No. So yes, I am very, very sad to announce that officially now, teeth are my brand. Wish I had some teeth jokes to make about this. I'm sure the teeth jokes will come soon enough. Maybe if you were more incisive, you will get more teeth jokes. Sorry, I'll see myself out. I pegged you as the Victorian explorer of the uncanny. Yeah, that's a good vibe to have, I like it. Looks here, LRCP just came in straight in with a teeth joke. Thank you, thank you. Just turning to cut your teeth. That's a good one. I don't know how this will interact with the edge, to be honest, but let's just try. It's fairly good, it just leaves like a little edge that I don't love. But that should be easily solvable. Just doing a little... bit of clone stamping. Okay, so we have created from our original image, which I guess I'll show to scale. From our original image, which was cut like this, we have actually given a lot more space to our crab and the lore on the wall. Draco. We must return to monkey? No. We must advance to crab. That is our final form. See, this is monkey. This is this effigy we're about to destroy represents the idea of returning to monkey. We're not returning to monkey. We're destroying this effigy, and we're turning it into the perfect shape. The ultimate step in all of evolution. The perfect form, adapted to all conditions. It is crab. We must return to the sea, jump into the briny depths, gain a hard shell, disappear into the waves, go into the depths, become crab. Like, screw hands anyway. I want pincers. I want pincers. Who wouldn't? They're much cooler than hands. Like, we got the short end of the evolutionary stick with hands. Boring. They're not even sharp. Ooh. It's ape, not monkey. Well, it is representation. You get what I mean. Hashtag Brianpool living, exactly. Everybody hashtag Brianpool living. That was a great moment in the internet. So what was the Brianpool thing? I'll give you guys the truth. Just for you guys, don't spread it. It was literally Q, the horror artist Q, who one day out of the blue was watching a video about Brianpools and decided like, oh, everybody, and told everybody, hey, everybody start posting about Brianpools, like it's a hot new thing, and use the hashtag Brianpool living. And everybody got together and started actually like making amazing art and all kinds of things for Brianpool living. And it ended up getting like, it was the most manufactured meme ever. We just got together and said, okay, we're doing this hashtag, we're just posting about Brianpools non-stop until people catch on. And it caught on, and it got its like know your meme page and videos about it. It was very funny. Yeah, it was on the Discord server. That explains the mysterious origins of Brianpool. Keep it a secret among us. Oh no, I said the words. Yeah, it was just like, it's like Thea says, it was just like out of the blue, and everybody started posting about Brianpools. Everybody made memes for it. I made a couple memes back then. Let me see, which ones did I make? I made this one. Take a sip from the Brianpool. I made this one. I think Enoch posted this one, but I made it. Two bros chilling in a Brianpool 5 feet apart because they're not gay. Or whatever. However, that's not what it was. That's an old meme. That was Brianpool. Great little moments in our internet history. You want some tea? Just drink from the brine. It's healthier for you. I assure you, you don't go into shock and immediately die. Drink from the brine. Okay, we have removed the ape's face. That is how we start our destruction of monkeys. And specifically to Karakan, I am very sorry for interchangeably using monkeys and apes today. I know it's infuriating. But we don't care. Like, we don't care about monkeys today. It's all about crab. Okay, so what I'm doing here is actually to copy this. To fill the void left from the head. Then we'll need to cut up some corners. Leave it nice and tidy. I should steal Gabe's crab brand and start some drama. Oh no. Please don't tell Gabe I'm stealing his brand. I already feel bad enough about doing teeth too much because I know Oki has a big teeth brand. So okay, if you're hearing this, I do not want to steal your brand. The teeth thing was completely fortuitous. Like I didn't plan on it. It just happened. I just did a couple teeth things and people were horrified, and now I'm the teeth guy apparently. So please don't kill me, Oki. May I request for an oversized claw? Ooh, yes. Craw. Yeah. Craw, claw, same thing. Going to Oki stream. Is Oki streaming right now? Please don't tell Oki. They're gonna kill me. Oh, he's off on Mondays. Okay, okay. Phew. Okay, this whole area, don't really know what to do with it. But we'll probably encase the face somewhere here, so I don't really mind that much. I just wanted to fill in the area over there where the head usually was. Okay, so we are starting our journey towards Crab, and this journey is mostly going to be improvised. We just gotta fit this human or humanoid form into a crab-like being. Right? We don't need to perfectly emulate a crab, we just need to turn the human body plan into a crab body plan, if that makes sense. So crouch down, flat chest and flat and wide chest. The head, there's no neck, like the head is just inwards. Big frontal arms, claws, that is the main things we need to do. Then I'll probably have to figure out something like, what are we going to do about crabs having 6 legs and us just having 4 limbs, right? We need to reconcile that. Commit to crab. Also, hey, you heard Nightbot. Everybody get into the Discord if you aren't already. It's literally the nicest community. Let's just call it up here. Let's just leave the floating skull. Also, Agent, how are the other postcards coming? Agent just subbed my Patreon and has been trying to solve. So for my Patreon, every month I send subscribers a postcard based on one of my edits. So I'll actually show like 1 or 2 as an example. But Agent was just posting right before the stream about like trying to solve the postcards and these suck. So I do things like this, right? I'll take one of my edits and turn it into an old school travel postcard. It's always fun to make. There's no nightcrawlers. We got the mermaids. Some of them are like colorized, like they have their fake colorizing, and then this was the one from last month. It was a Halloween one, of course, featuring my Halloween edits. It might look bad on stream because the little dots from the, so you can see it's made into actual printed dots, which was very fun to recreate. But yeah, stop going on about my Patreon. Stuck on the mermaid one. You get it. It's very simple. It's very simple. You already got there. There's no equations to solve, Agent. Don't worry. Yeah, I'm happy about the Halloween one. I need to go with So I try to make them look each a little bit different, right? In like different eras and stuff. So I wanted to do some purple colors. I bet this month is gonna be teeth related at this point. I don't know, I still don't know which one I'll use for this month's postcard. But it's gotta be something from November, right? I gotta adapt one of them to homunculi, teeth, something like that. My Christmas idea for you, if you don't have one already. Ooh, DM me. DM me your ideas. So they're secrets. Hey JJ, welcome. Secret little postcards. I'll try it for the Christmas one. I'll try to make it very early in the month so that people, hopefully most people can get it by Christmas. Oh, and thanks for the save reminder. You just saved my life once again. Also, Theo, if you want one, send me your address on DMs. Send you a Christmas little card, which hopefully will get there on time. Or I send it one to Trevor, because they gave me that address the other day. So I'll get some addresses from friends and send a few extra ones instead of just the Patreon ones. Okay, so we got our human skull. We cut it fairly well, I hope. There's still some yellow around the edges, but we can just do this little trick where we shift the edge in just a touch. Everybody in chat getting a postcard. If you guys want a postcard, you can always check out my Patreon. If the link works, there it is. If you get it before December, you'll get a Christmas one, because I gotta send them at the beginning of the month. So if you want a Christmas one and subscribe in the middle of December, it'll be there late, obviously. Which is not a big deal, but better to get them before Christmas, of course. Teach me a word in Spanish. We already taught. Oh, we got two teacher in Spanish, or did the notification go out to us? We'll do 2 words though. So, we already taught cangrejo, which is crab in Spanish. So we'll do. We'll do ape, which is the contrary of crab, which is simio, or mono for monkey, if you want. Mono is easier to remember. And I gotta do a second one. Evolve is evolucionar. So if you tell someone to evolve to crab, you gotta tell them evoluciona a un cangrejo. Blindfold living in Spanish. I don't know how to say blindfold in Spanish. Gotta be honest with you. don't even know how to say brine. Thinking about it. Do you say brine in Spanish? Salitre? Something like that. Oh yeah, crustacean and chitin. The next. There's no memes in Spain? No, it's very sad. People in Spain are always crying because we have no memes. So please don't laugh at us. Estanque de Salitre? Maybe? I mean, I guess the only good idea is to go on Wikipedia and look for brine pool in English and then just translate the article to Spanish. It's what I usually do. To translate more technical terms. I'm thinking if I should somehow... How will I manage this? So we need to fit our head kind of like inside the rib cage. But we have all these bones in the middle. All these bones. Gotta do something about them. Tranquila piscina de agua salada. Perfect. It doesn't have a Wikipedia entry in Spanish. Well, that is outrageous. Okay, who has an account on Wikipedia can edit and can create a new page. You gotta fix this. Turn them bones into limbs. These, I mean, they're kind of necessary to move the shoulder. Navicle goes in eye socket. It's the only way to work. I just noticed your mask in the background. Yes! That is the mask I made for Halloween. If you guys missed it, hold on. Hello. I can't see anything, but it's still holding up, which is great. So now it's just decoration on the background. But I did my whole Halloween stream with the mask on. Well, it was mostly on my head, but it was very fun to make. I even made, like, if you notice, the grooves behind the eye, below the eyes are 3D, and the mouth is 3D as well. So making all this volume was very fun. Yeah, there you go. The mask. It's sitting on my Snorlax, which is covered. It's now covered from the poor guy. Brine pool in German. Oh, that I cannot pronounce that. I'm not gonna try. Well, offend all of Germany. Shoulders are not necessary in brine. In Portuguese, brine pool is lavo submarino. Well, lavo submarino. Let's go with that. Hey Lazaloo, welcome. Thanks for the follow. We are turning human into crab. Putting very simple terms. Turtle? No. Crab. Well, future crab. It will be a crab. Don't worry. So here's my idea to fit the clavicles. It doesn't... And nudging this to hopefully a good position. Good thing it's having the clavicle right here makes it easier for us to hide the transition in between the head and the body, so we don't have to make up like a whole bone structure there. Good, focus on inking. Okay, good luck with that. Ooh, can't wait to see what you're making. If you guys don't know Nathan Faya, he's an actually good horror artist that for some reason comes into the stream. I don't know what he's lost in here, but we accept him. We accept him as one of our own. Also, you call me New Gabe. No. Hope Gabe isn't pissed. We accept them for now, exactly. Babe, if you see this and you're angry, you can punch me once, okay? I'll allow one punch. For brand stealing. If you guys all know, Gabe is at Crabdominal Painting or Paint. What's Gabe's current name on Twitter? I think the ad should be Crabdominal Pain, and makes a lot of crab arts. It's like his brand. So that's what we're talking about, Gabe and me selling Gabe's brand. Oh, I forgot about that one completely. Yeah, I got it. I got the tab open somewhere. I gotta do that, Marco. Okay, I like how the head is positioned. I think I'm not gonna touch it much more than this. Also, let me just pull up a quick crab image. Quick crab pic. I just want to have like some reference how they look like, so I can gaze upon the perfect form of evolution. Look at it in despair. This is what peak performance looks like. This is what we're all becoming someday. Better get used to it. So yes, we're looking at crab reference, and I actually had, for some reason, I had the idea that the front arms came from much further, like much closer to the head. So we might have to move the arms a bit. It fits. Oh, thanks for the save reminder. It's a very colorful crab. Go to a browser. Actually look at the different types of crabs. And actually, yeah, it mostly comes from right next to the head. Right? At least that's what it looks like from the top. Let's see. Googling crab. So I guess since crabs evolved in different occasions. They could, like, you have a bit of everything. It's a big guy. Okay, you know what we should do? Almost beetle-like? Yeah. See that? You know what we could try and do? Have the top of the skull actually be flat. And we can use some actual crab textures there. And just flatten the top of the skull and bring it back like this. So it goes over the shoulders, it goes towards the back. Could we try something like that? Just to sketch what I mean, because it might be hard to visualize as something. We actually, okay, we move the head up a little bit. And like still have it encased in here, which I think is a good right vibe to go with. Chaos Critter, thank you for the follow. Look up coconut crab. Oh, I know coconut crabs, I love them. But we'll look up for chat. Look at these big boys. Look at them go. These are probably the least crab-like crabs. Right, they're definitely from a different. This one you can definitely see it's not from the same family as your typical crab. What about spider crab? Ooh, yes. Look at this picture. It's very good. I guess we'll. Ooh, look at this. Just by how we're using the limbs that are going to be actually quite long compared to the body, we are kind of going for spider crab vibes. They're not. Sea spiders. Oh, I know these guys. I love sea spiders. They are like creepy creatures of the depths. These guys live in the brine pool. This is like a brine pool creature for sure. Look at this. Look at this. Brine pool looking ass. I love them. Yeah, we got spider crabs, we got coconut crabs. We got our regular crab classic. Oh, let me go there. There we go. Oh yes, welcome back, Sora. We were looking at sea spiders. Cool little creatures of the depths. I don't know what to do with skull here. Okay, so I was thinking of doing maybe is just get a little pen tool or something. Really flattening the top of the head and then bringing it back into a shape like this. Pretty crab-like, isn't it? And there we would actually be using some, or even like back there, right? Covering, making the circumference of the crab here towards the back. And here we would use crab textures But we would try to make them look like bone, because that's where they would technically be. They would probably have huge brains. No, the structure would probably be mostly just bone. No brains, just crab. It could be, yeah, connected to ribs, exactly. Can like have it curve down. From having a little ridge here, that could be serrated a little bit. And from the ridge, it just kind of goes down. So it would all be about finding the right crab and hopefully applying that texture. The one we got here is not bad, to be honest. It's just, it doesn't have a ridge or anything. Oh, it does have a ridge, it doesn't have a serrated edge. Oh, we're running out here on the little free plugin. But we can just go here. Go to Unsplash maybe, and for crab. Here's the one we were using. Like this. Here it's very out of focus. Could be a good option though. This one with some barnacles growing on it, which is a good vibe. Could be anything we want to use for our thing, but no brain, only crab. Like I would say, if human evolved into crab, it would be at the cost of their intelligence. Like it would become a human-like thing with a crab-like intelligence. It is very large size too, which is perfect. So we're waiting for this to download. Sec. Should we try and get? Oh, let's just try with the one we just downloaded. Hopefully it should be fine. Yeah, we'll just look for the carapace if this doesn't work or doesn't fit well. Also, we can use this one for the mouth parts, because I want the mouth parts to be crab-like. So yes, we are slowly evolving this lucky human into its perfect ultimate form. I bet you guys are jealous. I am. Would love to be crab. Let all the worries of the world just melt away. Salty ocean. Hello, Summer Drake. Hope you like crabs. Will it work? I think so, yes. A little bit of editing, but I think it'll do just fine. Got the edge into something a little bit more serrated. Oh, rose. Thank you for the follow. With the hardness here and seeing if I can. There we go. Bit more of an interesting shape. Goes into this. There we go. So now, come on, So slow. Yeah, you even got some crab notes. That's perfect. Have you seen crab bridges? Yes, I love it. I love crab migrations. So I don't mind the face being stretched, I just want to use it for the... I just want to use the shape of it and then add some textures on top, so I don't mind if it gets a little bit stretched. Okay, put this below. Added. Sketch. This is looking very weird. Let's put it on top of this. Yeah. Let's see. The skull bursting out. Hopefully by the end of it, it'll hopefully look incorporated. The skull like kind of blending into the rest. We'll see. Or maybe we'll decide to keep it separate, I don't know. I'll see as we go. So I'm thinking here, what if we actually played with the ribcage a bit more before adding the carapace? Like, we got it on a separate layer, so we haven't lost anything. But I feel like to fit it well, to kind of like settle it, it would be good to stretch the ribcage and pull it up. So I want the ribcage to go like this, pull it up into the sides, and just kind of stretch it in the middle. Okay, Draco. Hope you enjoy the final results. Thanks for chatting. Here we go. Been gifted with a sub. One of the emotes is this. That's a good emote. So I'm gonna pick everything that picks up the ribcage, separated it into its own layer. Then we'll figure out like what we do with the arms and everything. We'll just do some masks. For now, what I want to do is just stretch this into a crab. So Keto got ballsy. Thank you, it's a little playlist I've been playlist to get it. A playlist I've been gathering over the years of streaming. I'll stream safe music too. What is the picture of? There's no way that's a monkey skull on the right skeleton. Yes, it used to be a monkey. I'll show you the original. It is... Or this here. You can see the whole thing. Used to be a monkey. Long ago. Now it is slowly becoming crab. So we're like tugging at different areas for now. I think the ribcage doing this is very good actually. I think it is exactly what we should be doing. So now I will create layer mask just to remove So I want to remove traces of whatever was behind the ribcage, on top of the ribcage, like everything that was covering it, so we get a clean slate, so to speak. Anything from like this leg. At least that part of the leg. We'll try to fit the rest. But oh, this like kind of looks like plates, right? You're right. Fits the crab vibe well. So now in this layer mask, we'll actually cut out all the parts that should go on top. There are quite a few. And hopefully try to reconciliate both images. Like the base one and the one on top. This hand should go on top. Arm, sorry. Okay, we're slowly getting there. Now we go to the base layer. I'm gonna create a copy. Not lose any of the previous work. And I'm gonna try and, like we did before, remove all the parts of the ribcage that poke down below here. Which hopefully won't take too long. We'll see. There's some sensitive areas like the corner here. Has to be protected slightly. Okay, so now we can do this. And that's the most efficient way of slowly because it still takes work, but of removing large chunks, large areas like that. Everything that goes around here will also be removed. Okay, if you had to choose either becoming a monkey or evolving into a crab, what would you go for? And I promise I won't judge you or record your answers. I'm the crabs dominate Earth. We got one monkey here. Two people who are right. Okay, okay. Monk crab, that is not an option. It's not even utter those words. Monkeys are and crabs are polar opposites. You cannot get anything in between. Into the Rhine, brothers. Yes, I see most people made the right choice. You know, returning to monkey, it's like that like good old times fallacy that boomers love to make. Oh, in my day, you know, we like to idealize the monkey days as if they were a perfect and idyllic time. But have you ever seen chimpanzee societies? They are at each other's throats. Have you seen crab societies? They are literally just chilling. Like, I think the choice is very clear here. I think anyone who chooses monkey is tainted by nostalgia. Very sad, very sad. We're gonna make crab sonas. I love that. If you make a crab sona, please post it on the Discord because I want to see it. And don't just make like a regular crab sona. No, it's gonna be a human turned into a crab sona. So like this guy here. I've never seen a crab society, I wouldn't know. Because crabs are just chilling, they don't form societies, they chill. Pass the detritus. Exactly. We can learn a lot from crabs. They do flip each other upside down sometimes. But if that's the extent of your violence, then you know you're a chill society. Okay, good day. Posted a wacky Paramax Pearson logo thing in the feedback pit. Feedback pit, for context, is go to our Discord server. Here you go. You guys all should join this Discord server. This is a prison thing that Good Day wanted constructive criticism in. Actually, let me just quickly open it. On Photoshop. Nice stream, said someone on chat. Too late. Okay, so a few things that jump out at me in terms of logo and cleanliness. Yes, that word. With the logo, you should be careful to have things be centered, symmetric, and all these straight edges should be straight. So what I would tell you that would clearly like improve your logo a bunch is, like, for example, pick the shape and center it on the middle. Same with this triangle, which probably is also slightly out of, if we draw the tips of it, it's probably just also slightly to the left. And then these little edges here, do them with a pen tool, right? So you go to the pen tool here and you can do all sorts of straight edges like so, and if you press shift as you do it, it'll only go into the cardinal directions. So you can draw a square, you can draw whatever you want with this, instead of just using a brush, which will lend much dirtier results. Same for the eye. Do it with a brush tool, with a pen tool, like so. And if you calculate it to be symmetrical, that's better. I'm just doing it by eye, pun not intended. But you do something like this. You can also use shapes here, which you can do rectangles, ellipses, polygons, which will allow you, if you choose a number of edges, you can do triangles, for example, like so. So that'll improve your logo a bunch. That's what I would give you as far as constructive things to hopefully get a better results. Design-wise, it's cool. Maybe I would desaturate the colors a little bit, because those red and blue are really strong. But I think you can make that design work perfectly, just cleaning up those edges and stuff. So yeah, I hope that helps a bit. For a drawing app, I recommend if you can get yourself Adobe Illustrator by any means necessary, or Photoshop if you don't have or want Illustrator, which is a bit messier to work with with vectors, but it's worthwhile to learn. It's just a good skill to have. Yeah, hope that helps a bit. And of course, it's only going to be as good as the quality of your app or program you use. So getting a better one is always a good choice. Yeah, this song rocks. I love this remix of Through the Valley. My faves. Anyway, I'm very glad that chat is with me on this one, and it's gonna join our crab overlords when they get here. Hope you guys are excited. Actually, I'm gonna do this here. So I'm gonna keep the Serenum from the other one, because as someone said, it looks like plates, and I think that's pretty cool. No, I kind of stop it there. We'll have to find an edge for it. Okay, let's see. Continue the pole up here. Continue the bone up here. And hopefully that's a bit of a better edge. So if you like this music, listen to Valdevia, the flamenco master, who this song, this arrangement of the song is clearly inspired by. Okay, I'm gonna try and see if I can right the edge of this wall, which is a bit wrong right now. It's a bit hard because we start getting intersecting ribs. That is a problem. If we keep the intersecting ribs, we just say it's part of the crab physiology. It's just making a shell out of ribs. And that will save us some time. Because that way we don't have to like make as much sense of the rib cage. Like, I don't think it matters a lot in the long run, but we gotta like at some point we gotta make a decision about these intersecting ribs. Okay, Theo, you have a good night. Thanks for chatting. Also, guys, I have something I can't wait to share with you. Which I'm waiting for permission from the person who sent it to be able to share it on Twitter and on here. But it's the cutest thing ever. I won't spoil it. But it is very good and very cute. And it made me cry. I'm not kidding. Okay. Quick vibe check. Did someone evolve to crab already? I mean, exactly what I was gonna ask. Vibe check. How are we feeling about this so far? Are we starting to look crab-like here? Is it starting to work? And if you have any specific ideas of something that could make it more crab-like, please drop them in chat. Like, to be honest, my art, I would argue my art would be much worse if I didn't do it on stream, because having like chat help out with ideas and motivation is amazing. So I wouldn't change this for the world. I've been missing doing more streams, guys. The last few months I was just able to do one stream a week. This month I put it as a challenge for myself to do one stream a day and work my schedule around that, and so far it's been great. I mean, it's been a week and something, but so I'm not gonna sing victory yet. I might as well. I might burn out after a long time of streaming every day, but so far it's been refreshing. It's been great. Like, splayed out farther. What if we... Yeah, this one feels more right. If we took this one and just angled it this way, right? Just remember spider crabs. That's great, because that's exactly what we mentioned as, you know, like inspiration. So that means we're going on the right track. Who doesn't love a good wacky museum exhibits where they show the failed result of an experiment, where they try to evolve humans? You've used Twitch before. I'm enjoying these sessions a lot. Oh, thank you. I feel like Twitch arts, or the art side of Twitch, is very underrated, underused, to be honest, and just like so fun. It's so much better than gaming Twitch. I barely watch gaming Twitch, just like very few things like channels I enjoy, but and things like speedrunning, but Art Switch just has a chill vibe. And when you find a good artist, because a bunch of it, let's admit it, is just people painting big anime titties, and you know, if that's your vibe, go ahead, but just not for me. But when you find a good artist, it's the best. And to be honest, as an artist, it's like the best way to actually interact with people, because if we like just Twitter comments and that kind of thing it's a rotten place. And here we can actually just have conversations. The Discord is great for that as well, but here, I don't know, you can actually get to know people. Best part about being a crab would be thinking like a crab. I like how you think. I agree. As in, no thinking. What do you know? What do you know? Maybe they do have their own little thoughts and desires. Bet they do. By the way, we hit our crab here on the top. Where is he? There you go. You're just a little guy. We vibe to creepy stuff. I think that can be said for probably pretty much everyone in chat. Raise your hand if you vibe to creepy stuff. Or, I don't know, what's the equivalent of raising your hands in Twitch chat? Hands up for vibes, exactly. And to be honest, from like just a pragmatic point of view, streaming kind of justifies me doing more personal arts. Because I feel like if I weren't streaming, I would probably just focus a lot more on commissions and that kind of stuff. But streaming and, you know, having people like sub to you here is an incentive to keep working and keep making personal stuff that is more entertaining to stream. Although I do have a commission that one of these weeks I'll be working on stream whenever I have time, apart from Irrevember. But I have a book cover commission, which is gonna be very fun, for a surrealist writer who does some like fantastic, surreal, weird images. I'm gonna try and represent one of those. And I got another very sci-fi commission, so I'm kind of like working on like sketching it and stuff, which is not too entertaining for chat. So once I got the sketching part done, and he's like, yeah, let's go with that idea, then the main part of it, I guess the meat of it, we'll do here on stream. Something I love about crabs is the fact that they can regenerate a whole leg. And then one of them gets ruined. You just pull it off and grow it back. That's fantastic. I would love to be able to do that. Oh, my finger! I cut my finger again. Screw it. It'll grow back. I got my Mothman hoodie. Oh, I love it. Painting spooky models, watching this. That's perfect. That is the vibe. You are the spooky vibe, exactly. I love that. What if it was an octagon? I like that. What if it was an octagon is, as I always say, always a question worth asking. Okay, so I'm removing the space in between these two bones. Ribs, if you want to be more specific. And below them, I'm gonna keep painting the leg. And the background, so we get a continuity between the two. There's some ugly stuff here that I'll have to take care of, but... Okay, here's the deal. In our new and improved ribcage, here is the articulation for the femur, for the leg. What if we, instead of like trying to finish this leg before we do, what if we actually moved it around and put it here and did the thing where we flip it around or like splay it forward to the side so it kind of does this shape to look more crab-like, right? So it does more like this than just straight down. It doesn't have to be like super angled, because then the bones won't fit, but probably be helpful. I'm glad we went with this picture with the monkey skeleton, because the monkey skeleton is a much nicer base for what we're doing than a human skeleton would have been ever. And it looks humanoid enough that like all the bones are the same, all the articulations are the same. They're just like slightly different positions, so... We're doing Ctrl J here, which will just make a copy of the leg. Now, I'm placing this here, perhaps, further to the left. Then I'm doing Ctrl Shift P, which is a personalized shortcut I have for Puppet Warp. And we will try to fit. Of course, the problem with Puppet Warp is it makes things look all bendy. Gotta try and prevent that. It's a lot of subtle tugging and pulling. There we go. And if you do this, you always gotta do it with a little bit of edge around it, because it'll turn every edge into a hard one and it'll look weird. Also, the ground just happens to match, which is a nice little coincidence. Now we just soften that edge a lot. It looks natural. So we are getting closer to the ideal form that all life should have. That is to say, crab. We're getting closer to the crab form. Crab is the ideal form. Is there any doubt about that? I hope not. Everybody here in chat that very clearly etched into their mind. Crab is the ultimate bait of all evolution. Like if something evolves for long enough, boom, it just becomes a crab. It just happens like that. That is literally the whole lore behind this edit. It is. Is this the first time we actually make whole edits based on a meme? Because we're taking this seriously, right? We're doing it as seriously as any other one of my stories or edits. But this is the first time that it's literally based on a meme of like evolving to crab. Oh, save reminder. I mean, the lore really makes no biological sense. It's just like using a meme and giving it some biological mumbo jumbo to try to make something out of it. A good meme. And in my defense, Trevor Henderson made a carcinization creature just like, I don't know, a couple weeks ago or so. I just realized it yesterday, or earlier today. The lore is half the fun. You're absolutely right. Biological nonsense rules. I agree. Do we have any good space here, maybe? Yeah. Goodbye, leg. Okay. Okay, nice transition there. Ooh. We had such a banger on here. But yeah, I mean, I think the lore is the best thing about my whole art style, or the thing I do. Like, if I just made the pictures and never gave them any lore, it wouldn't be the same. That is my real brand. Real brand was inside me all along. Oh, that's that. Doesn't fit perfectly. Come on. Look at this. Like, what would my whole deal be without bug lore? To be honest, like, bug lore was the first horror thing I did. I call it bug lore between us, but I'm talking about Megalomorpha, my bug series. It was the first horror thing I ever did, and it's still ongoing. And it wouldn't be the same without the whole storytelling aspect of it. Type of horror that just makes you go, oh? I like that. That's a good description. Also, I mentioned Trevor Henderson. Today was a great mail day because I got this little Trevor booklet we made. Great, it's full of little ghosts and stories. Fantastic. Look just before the stream. Oh, I forgot to put this back. You're all looking at my big mug. No more. I won't make you suffer that much. Hold on, I gotta cut this into smaller bits, I think. Yeah, it was like just limited prints. Whoever did, so attainable anymore. But I will lend you mine for $30. Pay up. You gotta give it back too. Don't worry, you'll soon get my own little magazine if you want to get something. The Werewolf series one, the Lycanthrope series one. We're working on it, picking away at it because it's a bit of a slow process, but we'll be there eventually. And when it does, we'll post all the new parts we did, all the new edits and pictures. And it'll be fun. We're like reviving this old, and it's not old because it's from this summer, but reviving this series that was so fun. That brought so much collaboration between artists. Jaws, thank you for the follow. We were talking about postcards before. Yes, I was mentioning the Patreon postcards. Thinking about the one I'll do for Christmas. Since I want to do it early and send it before, like in early December. Actually falling asleep. You're not the first person to say that, funny enough. For some reason, my streams have that effect, which is not great because people leave, they fall asleep. So sad. It's fine, I'll get over it. I'm kidding, by the way. I'm glad that they're relaxing. Late hour. It's literally 4:10 a.m. here. Here with my usual weird hours. Go in here. There we go. Chill music, yeah, music does a lot too. Yeah, it is 4:12 a.m. right now. You know, usual Val stream hours. Not me having a completely fucked up sleep schedule. But you know, the best times for art are the late times. Late hours. But is sleeping. That is when the art comes good. That is my art advice. Insomnia. I get you. I can sympathize with that one. No, the thing I have is it's not like a typical insomnia. It's a circadian rhythm disorder. So that means your usual 24-hour rhythm that your biological clock has is altered and doesn't work right. I have to head off to bed. Okay, good day. You have a good night. 39. You're early riser. I envy you, to be honest. You have a good night, good day. Super nostalgic smell. Brains can be weird like that. Funny because our smell receptor part of the brain is very, very close to the memory part of the brain. So they are like old parts of the brain that are close to each other, and they have a lot of connections between each other, which means that there's an actual biological reason for smells triggering memories. Yeah, brains just do that. They're weird. I've been there in over a decade. Yeah, it happens to me a lot whenever I get a weird smell. All of a sudden you get a strange memory. Okay, so here we have our... the coal carapace thing I was thinking of doing as we raised up the ribcage. Now you can see that it actually fits with the whole shape we had planned for the carapace. So, do we actually need it now? I don't know. I don't know if we do. Maybe not this one specifically because it's very dark. But maybe we can find another one. We just jump into the browser. Oh, hello, logo. And try to find one that is like pretty clear on the top so I can fit it with the bone. What about this one? How large it is? I'll be able to do much with that. That bed is not good. Thank you for the follow. Oh, look, a blue lobster. Look at these funky eyes. They're cool. But would carapace fit though? I think the carapace might just fit. I'm not sure. It's one of those where the angle is close enough. I'm not like super sure, but I gotta try it on before I decide. Let's see. We put it right there. Shiny lobster, yeah. Cool eyelashes. Yeah, fancy. The little crab. We're ready to go to the dinner party. So I'm just doing a quick cut, seeing if I can make that work. I kind of like that. Okay, we got the eye sockets that kind of bother us. So that is slightly annoying, but I would like for this little ridge here to connect with the skull and hopefully like create one single thing, single combined entity. So first thing we're doing is putting this in a group, which is gonna build all the parts that should be on top, like these. So we're first going to smooth contrast. Get a bit of a nicer edge there. What about using a hip bone in the other picture? Could be interesting as well. We'll see how this one out first. Because we already got it here. Might as well give it some good use. I don't really love this part, to be honest. I could even do something. Oh, this image is large. Okay. Something like this. And the main idea we want to do is combine it with the skull in the way that looks the most with a sort of continuity in all the parts. Let's see if we can manage that. I think we'll have to do a third copy. We just create that top ridge. Like this. I need to flatten these images, by the way, because they're each very large. And each time I copy it, my document just looms larger. Photoshop will end up straining. Okay. This one we're just picking a little area, creating a little ridge with it. So I'll do this, and I'll do this, apply. And finally puppet warp. To match it with the rest of the curve. Also, God, I'm remembering that whenever I finish the stream, I have to check Twitter again, and since my whole bone, what do you call it, like the whole bone hand thing I did yesterday kind of blew up, I'll have to reply to a lot of comments, like, it is Photoshop, don't forget. It's always a fun little thing to have to do. And I think next time I post something medical, I should just pre-tag some of like the usual suspects, the usual accounts that are tagged to debunk my stuff, like Fake History Hunter, Hoax High, Snopes. I should just like let them know, send an email to Snopes and like, hey, I'm gonna be dropping this later today, just so you know. Bye. Have a great day. There were so many today. It seems like the more authoritative voice you use with medical stuff, the more people like instantly believe it. It's crazy sometimes. Like for this one, I wasn't expecting that many people believing it. Like I still put a disclaimer on the second tweet. I put a disclaimer like, hey, this is Photoshop, just for people who don't know me. And still, it surprised me. So we'll do merge. So actually overlay it perhaps, I don't know. Anyway, I need to turn this from a crab's carapace into hopefully something a bit more bony and Thanatian. I'm just gonna call you Than, if you don't mind. As Than mentioned, using the hip from another picture might probably be the best option. This one is probably the best, so just make a little copy and we'll put it over our carapace. Oop, there we go. So I'm just gonna pick little bits like this. Little clear bits. I hate that this is clearly fake comments. Yeah, because that's mentioned before. Like there's always the smartass who has to point out that they're smarter than everyone who fell for it and like see, oh, this is clearly Photoshop because there's like smudges there. I don't know. Killjoys. Is it? Oh, there we go. We're just stuck in a group or something. and I should play Hades sometime. I love how you made the connection. Also, hey, I've been noticing same thing as yesterday, that I don't know if I'm getting recommended on Twitch or something, but the past couple days have been like, I don't know, I think the algorithm has been very nice to me. I think it probably likes when people stream a lot, since I usually stream very infrequently. They probably don't promote me on any recommended thing, because they want people to look at a lot of streams, so I guess it makes sense for their algorithm that they would do that. I don't think I've ever been on any Twitch recommended thing, so it's surprising that now I suddenly am. I don't know, give a shout if you come from Twitch recommended. Hello. Fun to finally learn that Twitch has an algorithm at all. One final little texture. Now we'll try to blend them together. Let me flip this one. I'll just stretch it a little bit, but that'll be fine. Oh, Bone Restorer. It's fantastic. So I'll do several little things. First, it's going to be a color layer, which is this texture, which will give it a bone color, much nicer. And the one I think might be overlay. I don't know. Do a copy for security, safety, and do a high pass filter on this. Something like that. And finally, just a normal layer that I'm gonna put sparingly. So hey, fan, whenever we get our IRL homunculi, whenever we make these IRL, I'll have you preserve them. How about that? Oh, I'm noticing some green there. I think some green has escaped us. Yeah, that's good otherwise. I can take care of them. You shall be the homunculus keeper. Okay, it just needs a little bit more connection between the head and the carapace area. I think this might not helping actually. Let me do a copy of the whole carapace like as we have it, and just straight up put it on top of the skull. So that hopefully I can mix them well in a way that makes sense. Okay. We're getting there. We're getting pretty crab-like, slowly but surely. Now, obviously this needs shadows. How long have we been going? 2.5 hours. Okay. See how long this one takes, since I mentioned at the beginning that I had no idea how long everything would take. We can time ourselves. I like the front of the face here. Looking very strange. I think I might have to do properties. Okay. I think I got the problem. It's just kind of looking kind of colorless and gray. There we go. Okay, now it's fitting much better, with just a lack of color. Whipping me up. Okay, then I'm just gonna do one that's called color, one that's called normal, and one that's soft light, just soft. So the color layer is just to fix up some minor things. Parts that looks like the green, because the carapace used to be green. The color layer will actually be on top. We'll just leave it hang out there as we fix up little things. Will you make it black and white when it's done? Or leave it in color? I'll leave it in color, I think. Might be easier. Yeah, but that... I think when I said that, we were considering more making a live specimen, like making the live version of this instead of the skeleton. In which case it would have made sense to put it in black and white and sort of reduce detail in one dimension so that everything fits together better. Because that usually helps. But what we ended up going for is actually reducing detail, but in a completely different way, by just eliminating the flesh. Eliminate the flesh. That's like a Doom quote. Hip hinge. You do pinch. Here's a problem. How will I ever summarize the whole lore of what we have considered so far? How will I ever summarize it into one tweet? That won't be possible. Now realizing, as usual, that my undertaking is much harder than I expected. Damn me. Making it hard for myself again. Why would I do that? Thinking if this would actually... Okay. We merge the image again. See if I can maybe curve it in some way into the ribs. That doesn't feel like two separate things. It just feels like this eventually just fuses to the ribs. It's like maybe the carapace is a modified spine. So it just eventually molds together. Neck priest propaganda. We have pointy feet. I think the feet... That's a good question. I was thinking of just leaving them as they are. Something to consider. Yeah, it's like, imagine if your skull fused with your spine and your vertebrae just formed a carapace. It just grew like that. It was like one fused mess. Also, I'm just gonna do a little grain action to match some textures of different pictures. Also, because our base picture is like not super high quality, adding a bit of grain actually sharpens it a bit. Turtle ribs are actually connected to the inside of the shell. I didn't know that. And another point for this whole thing making sense. Is good. Also, I didn't mention it on stream, but I love how after the Greg edits we did the other day, I said jokingly during the stream, this I'm just gonna show you for those who didn't know. This was from a few days ago for the prompt we made. It was Contained Big Bang was a prompt, and we ended up creating this story about these eldritch god that gets accidentally summoned into our world and is trapped in this particle accelerator, so he can't escape, and it's just a very angry eldritch god, but people just start calling him Greg and treating him as a regular person, so it ends up like warming up to humanity. Anyway, that's the Cliff Notes version of the story. It's actually more complicated than that, but I said jokingly in the stream, I said when I posted to Twitter, everybody just say, oh, that's just Greg, and just call it Greg without any other context. And everybody came out and did it, and it was fantastic. I bet everyone was very confused about why we were calling this creature Greg. Did I miss any lore? Did I miss anything? Greg posting. Exactly. Also, okay, next part we need to do. The mouth. I wanted to have cool mouth parts, because I think that's one of the most, at least to me, one of the coolest, the most notable parts of crabs is their cool mouths. So I'm actually using this since we didn't get to use it, and I want to do something with it. I still don't know exactly how I'm gonna place it, but it's gonna be on the face. So we are going to apply layer mask. Now we will make it make sense eventually. What if I flipped it? It might make more sense with a human jaw. Like, we don't need to be super anatomically correct to crabs. We just want to create like shapes and forms that remind us of the crab. Okay. We stretch it just in the right way. I think it can work. It's nearly there. I'd say it's nearly there. It needs a bit of warping. Create a bit of curve, a bit of volume there. Come back to a bit and this looks horrifying. Thank you. Only remember to brush my teeth. Yes, brush your teeth if you don't want them to become crab mouth parts. Which is a thing that happens, and I can tell you because I'm the authority on teeth. You didn't hear. I'm the teeth guy. I'm embracing my new brand. This color layer is not doing lots. I'll turn up the saturation a bit. Reject teeth, embrace crab. Is gonna be the competition of the brands. Who knows? Will I end up being the teeth guy? Will I end up being the crab guy? Time will tell. Only you can vote. Let me flip that. It's still not entirely there. I think that might be better. See. Every time you say my brand, I hear a contacts commercial. Special A, it's my brand. I have no idea what you mean. Crab teeth hidden in the normal teeth. Or, I'll give you one better. Normal teeth hidden under crab teeth. What about that? The eyes used to pop out of the sockets? Oh, definitely. For sure. You can already see those eyes just popping forward. Very creepy way. If I actually... Yeah, that might actually be the best choice. I'm just gonna ignore that top plates. I'm gonna try and make it a bit larger, a bit more interesting, hopefully. You mess with the crabo, you get the stabo. I love that. I need to fix up the colors a lot, but we'll get to that in a sec. I'll actually connect. Look at that. That is very good. You just connect the crab face to the nose to integrate them a bit. I think that looks pretty fun. Pretty good. Okay, perfect. Give it a knife, grab on the stavo. I like that. You know, weirdly enough, this is not my first experience blending a non-human jaw into a human jaw. If you saw my profile pic in social media, it is literally me with a bug jaw, so... Maybe this is my brand. Maybe the real brand was just me photoshopping jaws on things, on humans. Love that picture, thank you. It was actually made on stream. It was kind of like build a bug where people suggested different parts, and then we ended up with the one we ended up with had a lot more things, so then I simplified it a bit, and it became my profile pic. I'm removing some of the highlights because that makes it look glisteny and humid, and that doesn't make a lot of sense. If it's like dry bone. Don't know why I said it with that voice, but we'll have to deal with it. Very, very slight blur. Probably help as well. Okay, we got the mouth parts. I think they look pretty good. Now, we are missing the claw, the most important part. How should we build a claw from this? Also, like, I'm glad we actually have something to show so far, because I had no idea where we were going for most of this stream. Like, I didn't have an image in mind, so I was kind of improvising it. And when you don't have this sort of specific image in mind to start from, it's fun when you actually get somewhere, because you weren't expecting that development. You did not know. I knew as much as you guys to where this was going to go. I'm also gonna crop it slightly towards just a bit towards the left, because there was a lot of white space there. That kind of thing. We'll add lore and stuff later. Yeah, it would be too complicated to copy the arms and use them. You mean the crab ones? I don't know how we'd turn something like an exoskeleton into something like a regular skeleton. In the case of the face, it works. It's very like surface level, so I think we can make it work better. But in the case of the pincers, I think we gotta make like the human equivalent of pincers. We gotta like take bones and just work them into a shape. I don't know how, but get the ape ones. Okay. Here's what we could do. We just take the one arm, and you know, like these crabs that have one very large arm with the pincer, and the other one just has a small pincer. But they have the big one for like attacking or defending. So we actually take just one of these, copy it on top. Maybe we just take this part of the arm, we copy it, we turn it around so it's floating instead of touching the ground, and that could work. Let's see, my layers are a mess, let me tell you. Something for you, the only person in this part of the house. It's a ghost. It's gotta be a ghost. Just your house ghost playing a little trick on you. You know how they are. Okay, so I think this could be the part of the arm we do use. And somehow we mold it into a pincer-like formation. How would you guys do that? Would you guys like turn the fingers into something, or should we use separate bone and just mold it into that shape? Because we gotta like somehow still fit it into the 5-finger rule, I guess, that all vertebrates have. I guess I should use digit instead of finger, since it's the more correct term. How does evolution do it? They just take the same old bones and move them around. Have you seen horses? You have seen horses, I assume. Horses are actually just walking on one finger. So if you check a horse skeleton, we'll give it a... If you see a horse skeleton, let's see. I guess this one should do. Let's open it here, for example. Okay, so go to the back leg, since it's a bit more visible, I'd say. Oh, I guess my camera is right on the way, so let's go to the front one. This is your wrist. These little bones here are the bones here in the base of your wrist. These bones here are your palm. They are these bones. And these 3 bones are your phalanxes of just one finger. So if you follow this from top to bottom, it goes like wrist, here, this is a palm, and this is a finger. They just have the one finger they step on, and the other ones are just very small, and here they're just retracted. Just one little toe. And that is why if a horse breaks a leg, they are as good as dead. They're not gonna get it back, because they... Like, imagine breaking a finger in the same way you break a leg, and breaking all the tendons inside. Regaining the mobility in those tendons is extremely complicated. So breaking a leg on a horse is like a death sentence. Well, death sentence in the terms of you can't walk. In nature, you can't do anything. So yeah, never tell a horse to break a leg. That would probably be very disrespectful to horse culture. Can you file a road documenting paranormal stuff happening in some family members? Sure, or drop it on the Discord if you're comfortable with that. Or if not, just DM it to me. Give it a look. I love paranormal stories. People in the countryside usually sacrifice their horses when they break a leg or get seriously wounded. Yeah, I've heard that. Because there's like no, like, I guess if you have the super expensive horse, then it's like more justified to like try surgery and stuff. But it's probably like very expensive to get a horse surgeon. Sacrifice them to to Greg, the elder god. Or to Epona, which is the Celtic goddess of horses. One of my favorites. Yeah, you just gave me an opportunity to share a Celtic myth factoid, so I took it. Okay, we'll have to fix up a lot of the background. Now, this edit is gonna take long, isn't it? Like, I knew it was, but... like, if... I don't know. How long have we been going for? 3 hours? Yeah, let's keep going for a bit. If it keeps taking too long, we'll finish it tomorrow. It's no problem at all. It's Epona with a P, but very close. She actually became a Roman goddess because Romans sometimes like to incorporate some gods and goddesses that they didn't have in their pantheon from all the cultures they conquered. So they actually, it's one of the Celtic gods we know the most about, because she was like stolen by the Romans or co-opted by the Romans and taken into their pantheon as like a minor goddess of horses. So maybe in Celtic culture, since we don't know a lot about it, maybe they did have like she did have a bigger role. Maybe she was a god of nature in general, and the Romans just had horses. Took it as that. We don't know. Nice god you have there. And if I borrow it, exactly. The Romans love to do that. To the Greek gods, to some extent to the Egyptian gods, especially like in Egypt, where they kind of mixed the two pantheons together. They love doing that. Okay, we got a little pedestal here, which I'm just gonna steal from here because I'm lazy. It's a bit different, but oof. So. Is it not the exact same angle? It isn't. Is anybody gonna notice? No. And if they do, let them be smartasses on the comments about this very specific gripe.
Free.
Hey, Resolution Illusion, thank you for the follow. I mean, to be honest, the smartasses in the comments are always going to be smartasses in the comments. so I'm not gonna try to do anything to please them. My little pedestal is slightly askew. Let it be. It will expose you on Twitter. I mean, it's not gonna be worse than the turfs. Did I mention that the turfs, while I was streaming yesterday, were actively trying to hack my account? And pathetically too, because after I was done streaming, a few hours later, because I didn't check my phone at all, I noticed like 20 SMSs on my phone saying like, your Twitter account recovery code, or like a password recovery code is this, your Twitter password recovery code is this, like constantly. So they were trying to reset my password to get into my account, and they weren't able to. I gotta assume it's the turfs, because I was blasting them and they were like very angry on Twitter. So at that exact moment, so you know, it fits. Low-key crazy? No. High-key crazy. Gotta be like completely off the rails to see someone blasting a turf on Twitter and decide to try to hack them. Pathetically too. Lego Pie. Thank you for the follow. And for some reason, I don't know if it specifically fell on the laps of the Russian turf community, or if they're just like very active on Twitter, but pretty much all the turf comments I got were in Russian or from Russian people, from Russian speaking people. So I don't know, it must be like turf land over there. It's very sad because it's like a lot of these are lesbian women from just a glance, and you're literally in a country that doesn't respect your rights at all. Instead of fighting for your rights and the rights of all the people who are being oppressed, you are attacking another marginalized community. Like, what? You're so insane. I don't know. Turfs are there's no understanding them. Bigotry has no logical sense to it. It just permeates those people. It's very sad. I think it might have been ContraPoints who said it, or someone from that side of YouTube. I saw a tweet of them saying it. I think they were specifically referring to Dave Chappelle. But like, bigotry is like not something passive. It's not something you like a belief you have and you don't really act on it. Bigotry is like an active thing that consumes you. Like it obsesses you, and you can see that in people like J.K. Rowling and Chappelle, who feel like they're being so attacked and victimized by this kind of thing. I don't know. I'm not the right person to talk about social justice. I'm just repeating all the people's words, but don't listen to me. But yeah, all that to say that the turfs were angry. Yeah, the Russian government is and to a large extent the Russian culture, like compared to Western culture, it's very stuck in the past in terms of LGBT. But like, these people are literally making it worse. They're going against the what they should be fighting for, right? Like they might be like putting their own position better in Russian society or whatever, but they're actually actively hurting the whole community. It's a net loss for the movement. Time. But yeah, and they were vile in the comments, y'all. They were like, just straight up like, fuck this guy, this is why you should never, there was one that said, this is why you never should listen to men. I'm like, okay, what? How does that have anything to do? I don't know. Really people consumed by their own bigotry. Yeah, in Spain, there are a lot of TERFs, not in like society in general. I actually think that Spain has been called the one of the best places to live in the world. If you're trans or if you're LGBT in general. I don't know what the stat was. But in general, I think Spanish society is pretty accepting. But in power specifically and in politics, the major left-leaning party is full of TERFs, and they're the ones that are in government right now. They're like the center-left leaning party. And yeah. It's apparently been completely infiltrated by TERFs. Your favorite comment wasn't even in Russian? Which one was it? Okay, so we got our arm. It's like cut against the background. Now I want to make it much larger, because that's the whole thing about those crab legs, right? I want to make it feel very large. About that, is that too much? The one assuming that the cryptids are dead for some reason? I don't know what to did that one. I might have missed it. Latin America, yeah, there's a lot of strengths too. A lot of ground to gain there. From what I've heard, I don't have like any personal experience with it, obviously. I was always specific to make a caveat and to make sure you guys understand that I'm not like ever gonna try and speak from an authoritative voice on any of this. Whatever I say is just my opinion, and probably like not as informed as it could be. Being able to change them in section, the idea over here. Oh, so in Spain they tried to pass that law, or a similar law, and it got blocked by the center-left party. So yeah, that is when I found out it was all full of serfs, actually. Endless Nameless, thank you for the follow. Making crab men. Well, one crab man. The last thing we need to do for this crab to be finished up, I think, is just turning this into a claw somehow. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but we gotta try. So maybe I will... So I got a separate layer with just the hand. And... how can we make it look more claw-like? So claws in crabs are mostly like one static part that goes below, and then one movable part that can clips onto it, right? I'm gonna apply this. I'm gonna try and move. I know we're missing a phalanx here, by the way, because it's curved in. That's fine. Cover it later. Trying to see if putting them together I can create the base for the claw. Yeah, what do you guys say? It's very complex. It's gonna be very specific to one person's experience, I'd say. So I don't think there's like big generalizations to make. Question about Spanish slang. Is lumbreras used in a sarcastic manner to mean that someone is dumb? Yeah, yeah, it would be like calling someone smart, but in a sarcastic manner. So, meaning you're calling them dumb. So you said it, right? Or are you gonna use it against? Where did you hear it? Where are you using this against? I wanna know. Who do you have beef with today? I say today as if you have beef with people generally, but... Tell us the T. Ooh, I messed that one up. There we go. Oh, one of the... Good. So yeah, you can use that against a transphobe. Nice, perfect. I feel like it's the right direction, though we need it to be pointier. Oh no, it didn't sound like you were gonna insult me, don't worry. I assumed it was to use it against someone else, not specifically against me. But if you do insult me, get ready to throw hands. Not taking it lightly. Separating the whole thing by the wrists? So I separate in two bones here? But comparing it to these, really the like the moving part of the pincer is just like this one little bit, and this part is like static. So separating at the wrist would be like separating it here, which might be a bit much. Casually insulting someone as a sign of friendship is fascinating. It's second nature that you might bring in. Yeah, I think it's pretty common over here as well. Well, I guess it's missing a phalanx now, but we'll just not call attention to it. I wonder why we do that. I don't know. I mean, psychology is much more complex than we often give it credit for. We did a lot of things without realizing. Let's see. I was thinking of using this part, but it's so small. Human social cues are so confusing. But never cease to fascinate me. Okay, we just need the one last finger. I don't know where to pick it from. Pickle. Maybe from another one of the... From here... It's not the best. To be honest, like thinking about it, if horns are bony like this, our claws can be bony as well. Right? Let's use horns. I think that would probably be the right choice. How about that? That's a pretty cool horn. What's that? And our little crab. Bye-bye. Oh, why did I mess up? There we go. Yeah. Yeah, that's probably gonna be the right choice. So first things first, I want to separate the bone just by itself. Think about it. Our horns, not just really big hairs. Think about it. Big bunch of hair. Okay, I'm gonna copy this twice. Number one, it's gonna go up here, vertical. Or no, actually. It'll stay there. Number two is gonna be our base claw. Gonna go lower like this, then do something like that. I guess the lower claw is really more straightforward. The upper one that usually crosses over. This, and for the other one, we just turn it, and I could have flipped it, but turning it actually works better because the lighting will keep being the same, so much easier to integrate. Nope, that didn't work. No. Okay. So, slightly larger, I think. This one should come from like here. It moves a bit like a tentacle, yeah. Public warp is the best. It is, I always say it, a bit like magic. Uh-oh, I think I might have cut up too much here. I need to expand the edge just a slight bit. Go. Now I think we're getting there, aren't we? I hope so, at least. Now we need to make this fit into our bone structure somehow. So, what I'm thinking is, these are nails, actually. Like, biologically. There's like 2 fingers, the other ones are like horses, have disappeared. And their nails, the nails of these fingers are claws. Why not? Honestly, forgot time existed. And go to sleep. Sleep is important. So I hear. Pretty important for you humans. I wouldn't know, but... What is time? If you think about it, what is time? Nothing. Time doesn't exist. Time is just a lie perpetrated by a big watch. Sell more watches. Never forget that. Okay, so I'll create a very large finger bone by just using a piece of this. This one maybe should go on top of that. Then I decided to break Twitch. Just for you, or is it good for me? It seems. If anyone else gets Twitch problems, please let me know. So I'm trying to hopefully match this together in a way that makes a little bit of sense. Which is hard. I think just make a mess of bones like this kind of hides it. That's it for now. Thank you for chatting. It's a pleasure having you here. Hope I'll have you for next ones. We'll chat on the Discord since you're there. I'll see you there. Also, welcome back, Sarah. Okay, so next thing we need to do is somehow make this as dark as the bone. I don't know how. Twitch breaks when he tries to show an ad. Maybe. You were out for like around that time, around the time it takes for an ad to play. 21:51, 104. Let's see if we can add colors and slowly bring it closer to the rest. Also, it needs a blur. I'm thinking since it's really big, like some big nails, we'd probably use a color that's slightly different to the rest. To the bone right next to it, I mean. It wouldn't try to show me an ad on stream simultaneously. Okay, no, then that doesn't make much sense. Are you multi-streaming? I used to do that, and I realized it ended up making me pay attention to both of the streams less, so do it much anymore. Dumbass internet providers, for real. They're the worst. How about that? Does it feel claw-like enough? While actually being made out of horn. Yeah, I think that kind of works. Looked like a claw to me, and I call that a win. Oh, I just noticed a little thing to fix there. Nasty areas to fix up. But yeah, I think I'll leave it at that for today. I might... Okay, there's two options here. If I want to keep it like up to date and keep posting every prompt every day, and if I have time tomorrow evening especially, I will do the last part, the very last part, which is doing a little bit of lore here, so adding a touch of text. That's it. If I don't have time for it, we can just finish it up tomorrow on stream. There's really no rush. I just don't want them to pile up and be posting several in the same day. So, depends on the time I got tomorrow. We'll see, we'll see. I hope I have time tomorrow, and it's just a little tiny thing, so I think we can call this edit done. The main part of it, at least. Vince is missing a bit of light. But yeah, you're actually right. All armed. But yeah, after that I'll finish the stream, because it's also getting quite late here. Start waking people up with my noises. But yeah, that's better. Thank you for pointing that out, sorry. Any shadow here. I'll separate the bone from the pincer. That's good. Okay, then I think that should be all for today. I'm very proud of this. Like, it looks pretty convincing, I'd say. Considering we came from nothing and we created a horrifying crab man, I'm quite proud. We still leave it like with a couple touches and finished, but that is all good to me. Like, I'm still very proud of what we would have achieved in 3 hours 40, which is still quite a bit, but it does need a sign. It's like a signature too, which I'll just paint here so I don't forget tomorrow. But yeah, thank you everybody. Let me see real quick if there's someone cool to stream. There's usually no one at this time, so no, nobody. That's fine. So thank you everybody. It's a pleasure. You are blessed as always. We haven't had time to really consider tomorrow's prompt, so we'll try to come up with something, or we'll move up to a different prompt. We'll see. It's Black Hole Winter, but we'll see if we come up with something. Sometimes improvising is fun, like we did today, so I don't have a problem with that. In any case, you guys, thank you, have a great night, and I will see you tomorrow. Take care.